This is Pastor Nathan Willard at Ankeny United Church of Christ, where for some reason, I don't know if this is just a feature of when you edit the Facebook Live stream to flip it horizontally or not, but I'm seeing green. If I'm green in the video, that's going to be a very interesting time indeed. But I'm here in the sanctuary because it is raining outside, and we're talking about 1 Thessalonians 2 some more. We had Paul talking through some of the conflicts in the early church and some of these sort of harsher words he had for the folks from whom the Jesus movement arose. Today we're moving on to a little bit more of a conclusion to the second chapter. I mean, the second chapter is, of course, only a chapter later on as we look at it. It's broken up into different things by later editors. But there's a reason that we conclude this in our editions right here, which is if you get to 17, Paul talks about how much he misses the Thessalonians, these people he wishes he could be around, especially because they are feeling really low right now. People who are have been suffering in Thessaloniki, just like Paul was when he was with them. So he continues and says, "As for us, brothers and sisters, when for a short time we were made orphans by being separated from you, in person, not in heart, we longed with great eagerness to see you face to face. For we wanted to come to you. Certainly I, Paul, wanted to again and again, but Satan blocked our way. For what is our hope or joy or crown of boasting before our Lord Jesus at his coming? Is it not you? Yes, you are our glory and joy." And in these days, how many of us want to have friends who sort of send to us, "You are our glory and joy. I wish I could come to see you, but Satan has gotten in our way." And I think a lot of us are feeling that way right now. You know, I tend to look at evil and Satan as interior to us, but at the same time, you can look and say, hey, look, out in the world, there are these forces beyond our control that are against us, and they are the Satan that we're talking about, right? That Satan blocked our way, and maybe now, as we can't see one another, we look in the same way toward how this disease that is going around in this pandemic is affecting us, keeping us from the great joy that we might have in seeing one another. And so we look and see these troubling passages in Paul that we talked about yesterday, and we've seen some other ones. We see how James talked about Paul when we were going through the book of James, the letter of James. But we see these moments in Paul where we see here is why people stuck with him. Here's why he was the most successful church planter of all time. Here's why when we talk about the early church, we're really talking about where Paul was. Because here's Paul saying to the Thessalonians, "We wanted to come to you. Certainly I wanted to again and again, but Satan blocked our way. For what is our hope or joy or crown of boasting before our Lord Jesus at his coming? Is it not you? Yes, you are our glory and joy. You are what we're going to talk about to Jesus. You are who we are boasting about. Not me, not my own exploits, but you all who we love." And so as we think about that in this time and in this place, my challenge to all of you is, what are the ways in which we can express this joy for other people? How do we show one another that really they are our joy? That it's not about what we are doing. It is the joy we have in seeing one another and how they are doing. How do we show to our friends and our loved ones this joy that we have for them? What is the way in which we indicate to them that, yes, when the time comes for us to be judged, or when the time comes for us to celebrate in glory, the first thing we're going to say is, look at these people that I know and love. This is Pastor Nathan Willard at Ankeny United Church of Christ with our daily devotional on 1 Thessalonians 2 today. That is 17 through 20. We will see you tomorrow on May 6th.